Hello there, welcome back to my channel. This is Gina B, Living Fully, and I do Dollar Tree hauls typically every Sunday, but this last 30 days have been pure craziness at my job. And I have had to fill in for clients that only want to see me. So we are short-staffed, and I have some clients that are picky, so it's been tough to do the Sundays the last 2 weeks. But I'm here on Monday. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm a Dollar Tree haul type person, and I love also doing Dollar Tree DIYs, fairy gardens, whatever seems to float my boat. But most of the time, it is a Sunday haul. Had to work through the weekend, so I am here on a Monday after work, and I found really good stuff. I found some really cool stuff. And I invite you to stick around, watch some of my content down below. If you like what you see, I want you to become part of the family. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button so that you can be notified whenever I upload something new and fabulous for you to enjoy. If you've already done the things, you know I love you. And do you see my new bananas? I know, they're good for you. Potassium, baby. But anyway, if you've done all the things, you know I love you. And I'm going to get along with this haul. And then if you stick around to the end, I'm going to share some of the reasons why Gina has been all over the place with the Dollar Tree hauls and not on Sunday for the last 30 days. And I'll explain a little bit of that to you. However, I'm starting with, because it's raining today, and after this last rain, the sun is going to shine and the fairy garden is going to begin. And I want to hear from you. Do you do a fairy garden? And if you do, where do you get your supplies? Because I go to the Dollar Tree, and they are getting bigger, the little fairy houses. The only thing I have to say I'm a little disappointed with, and I may have to make my own, help me, put a comment in the comments below. Help me understand why I get all the fairy garden items with no fairies. They used to sell the little figurines. I'm not getting them. I am not getting them. Let me know in the comments below. But this bigger house is to die for. I love it, I love it, I love it for $1.25. Now this one just made me swoon. I love the little elfin rooftop, thatch rooftop. I believe that is called thatch. So let me know again if you're getting the figurines, because I am not. I'm just getting the houses, some chairs, fences, but no little fairies. So I'm a little disappointed, but you know, if I gotta make them, I'll make them. And speaking of fairies, I needed fairy lights because the ones I've had for the last few years from the DT have perished. So Miss Gina found some. These were on an end cap near the batteries. Okay. Yeah. And related to my fairy garden, hold on, they're coming, it's coming. Okay, so if you have fairies going, you gotta have the hummingbirds. So this clear, sugary nectar has been the best hummingbird feed I have ever had. I don't know what the difference is. The one thing I love is there's no red dye, and it doesn't get cloudy like sugar water. Sometimes that can get a little cloudy and perish, but this lasts a long time. It doesn't ferment, and I just love it at $1.25. So run to Dollar Tree for all your garden pleasures. Okay, all right, that was my commercial. I'm telling you, Dollar Tree has it going on when it comes to the gardening, planter boxes. They even had that I don't know what you call it, but it's that filling shape in a brown bowl that you can do kind of an organic little fairy garden, or you could put a plant in it with soil, and then you put it in a hanger. I know you know what I'm talking about. But they have those. They just didn't have the hangers, you know? Okay, I found a new item. This is Alert new item. And this is by Arm & Hammer. And it is a dishwasher detergent. It is a citrus fresh scent. And it cuts grease. And it has baking soda in it. And it is a powder. Now, what I was thinking of trying to do with one of these, I did pick up two. And it says you get 7 dishwash uses out of each pack. So for $2.50, I thought that's 14 dishwashes. So, you know, that's great. However, then I had another thought that because it's so good at cutting grease, I may indeed make a little paste and put it in a little tiny, I have little lip balm jar, and use that on my grease spots on my shirt and my pants, which I think will work very, very well. So Arm & Hammer citrus fresh scent, and it cleans and leaves the dishes sparkling, and it degreases. It's like a very good degreaser. So I thought this would be fabulous for when I get massage oil drips on my beautiful uniform. Okay? You don't want, one must. Okay, found another really cool new item. We are setting up our little grand boy's room. Okay, I'm helping my daughter as much as possible. They live in a rental. And the room's set, but they have no art on the wall. Like none. I think they have one little Spider-Man that Papa painted, and it looks really cute. But the room is kind of barren. And I saw this and I went, oh my gosh. And my daughters are really good at design and graphics. And I know she's going to love this. This is a poster all about the benefits of reading for little ones. They're educational posters by the Teaching Tree. And you get 2 posters, 17 by 22. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to hold it up close. And then what I'm going to do is take it out. But I thought it would look so cute above the baby's crib. The colors are just kind of the schematics of what I see in the room. And I thought, my gosh, I'm just going to go for it and buy this, because look at how precious this is. It's all folded up. You just unfold it. She can put this in a frame, or she can stick it right on the wall. Okay, just like that. Now, I will figure out why that's separated. There's got to be a reason for it. But it tells you all the benefits of good reading habits. And I want my little grandson, but look at how cute this part is. Look at that, good reading. Every little kid would just love that. And then I also got this one that says Reasons to Read, to relax, to focus, and to have fun. This is a beautiful poster, you guys. Really beautiful. If you're a tutor and you have your own office and you or you're a grandma on a budget like me and you want to help your kid, my daughter, I think, is going to absolutely love this. You put them in really nice little frames. I mean, you can get a frame at Walmart for next to nothing, and you've got adorable wall art for a kid's playroom. And I just said, yes, that's going in my cart. That is going in my cart. It's so cute. So I got that. I was very proud of that find. And then we have a couple of birthdays coming up. Well, we had one, but we have a party coming up. And I was asked to get some candles. Well, they had these bigger, I love these. Isn't that cute? And what I was going to do, because you get a total of 18, I was going to put 8 and then a 1. So 8 candles and 1. My mother turned 81, and she is still fighting the big C like a champion, okay? And so it's a big, it's a big little party. So we're having a big celebration in a small format because she has to be careful about being exposed to too many people. But I just thought the colors and the thickness were just so perfect for this time of year. We're meeting up on April the 6th. So I said I would bring some cool candles. I absolutely, I love the stripes. To me, it's very retro. I just love it. And I thought I would group 8 and then put 1. I thought it would be cute. And then I found another really cool item, and I bought an extra mason jar. So you can get mason jars singles for $1.25. I know that if you buy them in bulk, you can get a better deal. I'm aware of that. However, we live very tiny. So I just needed 1 extra. This is what I want to do. My lavender is coming in, and I've been getting some really beautiful flowers at the health food store to mix in with it. And I got these little decorative top lids. And what I love about this is that you can stick small stems of flowers in these holes. And I was like, I'm all about it. And I already have 2 more mason jars. So that gives me 3 mason jars, and I can use a couple, to make an arrangement. I just thought it was so pretty. And so I'm just going to show you really quick. So, I mean, it's really cool when you have stuff like this at our hardware store that would charge $9, not joking. But at Dollar Tree, you can get the same thing for $1.25. I'm just saying. I am just saying. I think it's fabulous, and I will continue to go to Dollar Tree for that reason. So there's the little screen, and you would just put water in the screen. Not in the screen, in the jar, and you put this on, and this makes the flowers stand straight up. Okay? It's really cool, but you need a thin stemmed, like you could put a rose in there or a smaller stemmed flower. And I just thought for Easter, this would make a great centerpiece. Even if you put fake flowers in it, it would look really cute. You could put water and just put the plastic, you know what I mean? As long as the flowers look real. I don't like it when I buy flowers from Dollar Tree and then I just because they don't look real. You can make them look real by adding twigs and put water in it, and people just don't know. But you got to be crafty about, what you buy. I know you know what I mean. But you guys, that's just fantastic. It's just fantastic. So yeah, I had to show you how that works. You get 2 to a pack for a whopping $1.25. And again, at my fancy hardware store down the street, they sell the same darn thing for like $9. Not joking. Not joking. Telling you the total truth. I am blown away at the screaming deals. I am blown away. So there is that amazing find. And then I found giant things of Omega rice. Now, I had bought rice because I'm in the middle of making rice packs for our work. Rice packs you can heat up and put on sore areas. We live in we're up in the Sierras, so on cold days like today, and people come in from the snowy region, which is about 5-10 minutes away from me, They're cold. They're cold, and they're like really. I don't know if I want to get on the table and undress. I'm freaking cold. So you put that warm thing on them. They use the restroom, and they're like, I'm ready. You know. So I got big things of rice to make my rice packs out of, and so I'm super excited about that. So I got 3 packs of this Omega rice. One thing I have shared a couple of times, I'm going to say it again. If you're on a really stiff budget and you need a good complex carbohydrate with a protein, you know, a little dirty rice made with the Omega rice and some black beans, maybe some peppers and corn, and just put that, you know, prepare that. There's a lot of recipes on YouTube for it. You can do the rice in like a really good quality bone broth, and you know, use your spices, and you have a beautiful like a pilaf type dinner, and it's for pennies. And if you do lentils and rice, that is a very healthy. Add a little bit of greens to it, and you're good to go. Very affordable way to, you know what I mean, feed you and your family. Balms. I make healing balms, and the last 2 customers have not brought back my little containers. I'm afraid to use glass because it can break. So I would rather do these for that for now. I'm looking into some other options because I try to keep my plastics at a minimum if possible. But these have been such great little tubs to make my own product for pain. And yeah, so you get 6 of these little tubs. And that's what I saw. One client will buy 6 tubs at a time, and then they bring them back. I wash them up and sanitize them and refill them. And I love that. But they didn't bring them back. They didn't bring them back this time. So I had to buy more. And then I found another new product. Now, we've had pods before, these dish packs, but they went away for a long time, and then they replaced them with something else that I didn't really like they didn't break up in the dishwasher well. My husband said he bought one of these. I wasn't aware of it. I didn't even haul it. I don't remember. He must have taken it out of the bag. He's got more of these. You get 10 to a pack, and they're just dish detergent packs. They're not a name brand, but this little swirl, this is all new. It could be a repeat item from the past, but the whole packaging is different. And he says he likes these. And for $1.25, we grabbed a couple, and we're good with the dishwasher stuff. Great dishwasher stuff today at my Dollar Tree. And then another amazing item that I found in the craft section blew my mind at $1.25, because at my little art supply store down the street, that everything is extremely expensive, they have these little, this is a table easel, okay? It's a table easel. And it was on towards the end of the craft, and it's got directions on how to assemble it. And so I love putting pictures on an easel, and I think it's going to be, I'm updating so I had a friend over, and she loved my Easter table so much, I gave her all the stuff. I know, that's just who I am. So I now have no Easter decor because I gave it all to her. So I'm going to paint my own Easter egg, and I am going to do it on a Dollar Tree canvas, and I'm going to put this together and make myself the centerpiece because I no longer have my Easter decor. And I was happy to give it because she was so happy. And you guys, these at the art supply store are ridiculous. ridiculously expensive. They are finished. They are finished. They're not raw wood. I'll give them that. $1.25 for a table easel. Get down to Dollar Tree and get one of those. So you get the little, pieces with, see that? And then there's directions. I'm very excited to do this. So put a comment in the comments below. Do you want to see the finished? Do you want to see me or see my finished easel and picture? Let me know. I want you to tell me yes or no. I think it's going to turn out great. Please. I pray to God these work. Sometimes you buy an item at Dollar Tree and you go, oh my God, I'm so excited. And of course you go, oh, ooh, no bueno. No bueno. Yeah, so I'm hoping that turns out. And if you want to see the end result and my painting, my Easter painting, let me know. Okay, now, enough of that. That was a chatty Cathy moment that I had to have. I am on allergy medication, so the brain sometimes goes that way. And I'm dealing with that today, I'm telling you. One more Omega. Yeah. I just don't medicate a lot, and when I do, I get totally wicky wacky woo. And this was an Allegra, and I'm just like, yeah, so I'm out. But I thought these were absolutely stunning, okay? And I'm doing some additives for my fairy garden for spring, and I'm going to acrylic paint these little mushrooms. They're so smooth and delicate, and you get an 8 count. I don't need any more. And I'm just gonna paint these little bad boys, and then I'm going to weatherproof them, and they're gonna go in the fairy garden. I know, it's time to start creating it. It's time. It is happening. Even though I'm looking outside and it looks like Kansas out there. It is unstable, crazy making weather pattern of clouds. Crazy making. All right, now I know I had one more. Okay, I think this is all the wood I got. But look at this butterfly. That is going to go into the fairy garden. But of course I have to paint it and treat it for the outdoors. And all will be good in the land of Oz. I'm calling my fairy garden currently the land of Oz. I am. Because it is my sanctuary. It is my land of Oz. I go out there. I had the most amazing experience. Went out, cleaned everything up on my last sunny day, pulled all of the fairy stuff aside. I looked down under where I had painted big rocks in my garden, and I had infant sharp-tailed snakes, which are non-venomous, like at least 100 total. I brought my husband over. We thought they were earthworms. They were little miniature snakes, and we just went, oh, the fairies brought them. So yeah, we're weird that way. Yes, but we were just pleasantly surprised by that arrival, because they will eat all the insects, the bugs, and the things that you're afraid of. So we were like, yay, we'll take that. And I just really love the feeling I get when I get in the dirt and when I just put everything together and, add stuff. There's a couple of items that got so weathered from the last year that I have to toss them. So I'm replacing stuff. But yeah, I love doing a fairy garden. Let me know. Do you do a fairy garden? Is it indoor, outdoor? I want to know. And I want to know, do you make your stuff or do you get stuff at Dollar Tree? I'm very, very fond of the fairy garden kingdom. Very into it. Okay, I found more of these plant-based candles, tea lights, which are safe. And it's lavender chamomile, smells exactly like an essential oil, and so I'm going to give those a try. You get 6. I did haul some plant-based ones last week, and they've all been fantastic. I want to say I get about 2 to 3 hours burning time. One of them did burn for 4 hours. So I would say 2 to 4 max. And then, oh, see, I knew it. One more little character to put out in my fairy garden. See my bumblebee? Isn't he cute? You guys, the Crafter Square section is off the hook right now. Look at how cute. But you have to weatherproof them or they will perish, if you know what I mean. Okay, now, speaking of butterflies and things out of nature, I got a beauty, some cool beauty products. And this is one of them. I thought this would be a great idea for you. I'm alerting you to find this because they had so many masks and I don't need a lot of them, but because I have a huge tub of clay that I work with, but on occasion I'll get a sheet mask. And let me tell you, they had so many, you guys. Go to Dollar Tree if you're gonna fill an Easter basket for a teen, a tween, or just anybody that you love, like a coworker, put a little bottle of wine in there for them. But this is gorgeous. Look at that monarch. It's a sheet mask and there will be butterflies all over it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm doing that tonight. This is like my Friday. I worked yesterday. I worked Saturday. I worked Friday. I have been overworked. So this girl is doing it. She's doing the butterfly mask. It's a sheet mask, by the way, and you only get one. Sometimes I get two. This one only has one. Hubby needed a pen. He got an extra smooth gel pen, long lasting and writing Bic. That's a name brand. That's awesome. And for the special dish at work, so people, when they go face down on the massage table, they don't get burpy or gassy. So we have the little dish with the little tongs. And I refill it regularly. And then this is what I'm on, and I haven't used it in a while, and we're going into you can tell I didn't wear a lot of eye makeup because I am suffering. And it's great, but it leaves me a little woo-woo, a little out there mentally. And everybody was laughing at me at work today and said, I want what you're on. I said, it's Allegra. Or the dupe to Allegra. But oh my God. All allergy medicine does that to me. And then I got this is great. I just have to be careful. Usually I find the white ones. This looks like it's got a green cap. So we'll see. I'm very sensitive to dyes. But I needed this and I didn't want to go to the grocery store. You get 12 and it has the decongestant in it, the sinus headache. Yeah. It's so weird when you get allergies. You don't feel sick at all. You feel great, but you're in pain. This ear, these eyeballs, and it's because I spent time outdoors knee deep in pollen. And that's why that occurred for me. Okay, back to the makeup. Well, not just makeup, just, beauty supplies. I found some cool things, you guys. Starting with these new brushes. So because I am very sty prone during allergy season, about every 3 to 4 months, I replace all my brushes, and I don't want to spend a fortune. So I need to recycle them, and same with my mascara. So I go to Dollar Tree, so it's not super expensive, but a foundation brush I got. Look at this beautiful handle. Love it. This is better than the last batch I bought. And then a powder brush. Very nice. You guys, these are uber soft. They feel just like a kabuki. I also got a larger makeup brush, and this is for setting powder. when I need it. Now, I don't use a heck of a lot of powder, but I use a mineral-based setting powder, and that is going to be good for that. This to me looks like some sort of contour. I can also blend out really well with this because this is a very thick, short brush, and I like to carve out the cheek and then blend really well, and this makes a great blender. And again, you guys, these are so pretty. They all the same color except for this guy. And everything was $1.25. I don't think I got anything above $1.25 today. Yeah. And then I got this beautiful angled concealer brush. This is great for the base of my eye. And again, that same beautiful cream color with the gold. Very beautiful brushes. Now I found something so cool. I can't wait to give it a try. This is a lip jelly and cheek tint. We have the color, hold on, I've got glasses. I've got glasses, my Dollar Tree Especiales. I know. Look at, that's fabulous, right? That is just, wow, girl. Just saying. Okay, this is Peony. This is called Peony, and the other one is called Coral. And I fell in love with the coral, but I need both colors. And sometimes I like to mix them, but they're buildable colors with hyaluronic acid, and it's a lip jelly and cheek tint. You see that there? And I love the packaging. Okay, so just imagine you have a teen or a tween or someone that you love at work, and you get, these little $1.25 cutie patootie things, okay? 2 colors, you've got your mask, and then you maybe add in a hand-painted little butterfly. You can even put in candles, and you have a killer little Easter basket. I mean, why not? Why not? I'm just saying. So, in regards to these, okay, so this is the coral, and this is what it looks like. Okay, I want you to see it. And I'm going to open it so you can see the consistency. It does look like jelly from the package. Very interesting. And I'm very interested in, when I do travel very soon, in having things that aren't liquid. And just little like that, it's perfect for travel. It is perfect. So we just have to see, is it something that we like, or is it no bueno? And so far, I love Be Pure everything. I mean, I have not had much disappointment. Already love it. Look at that. Already love it. It's got a beautiful seal. Look at that jelly looking. That is wild. And this is the coral, and it's buildable. Oh, it feels almost like an aloe vera. But look at that pretty color. Wow, it dries. It is a tint. And then you could just put a gloss over the top. Wow. Yeah, it dries. It is a true tint. That's going to stay, okay? This isn't going to spread. You need to be careful and get it spread in quickly, or you'll have a line. So, wow. Please tell me in the comments below, have you found this product? Never seen it before. Brand new to my Dollar Tree. I was in my neighboring Dollar Tree, and they had all this fairy stuff. My my regular one right up the street that takes me 2 minutes to get. This is great. Great product. Wow, I've never had anything like this. When you go to those fancy makeup things, like I can't imagine spending 50s, 60s, you know what I mean, for a tint. So I usually bypass it. And this is a dupe for one of the expensive tints. I know it. I just know it. What a score, you guys. Look for the Be Pure lip and cheek tint. And I'm very happy with it. I didn't want to do too much and look like a clown. You know how that is. But I mean, look at that. And you can build on it. You can keep going over it, which is very cool. Love it. So this one I will quickly swatch and we'll see how that one is. But oh my gosh. And again, this one is called Peony, as in a peony flower. In the meantime, before I open this up, I found another new pattern for the sponges that I love. You get a 2-pack for $1.25. Scrub Buddies. They're little green leaves. I thought it was perfect for the Easter season. And then, let's just see how this one does. So far, I'm sold on the tints. What a great thing to carry in your purse when you have a smaller purse. If you're traveling and you don't want liquids that are going to leak, you know what I mean? So smart. And look at that color. It's going nowhere. You open it. It's a little funky to open, but once you get it, now this one's beautiful. Whoa. Look at that. Now I'm going to go above the other one. Oh, this one's really light pink, but it's so pretty. Yeah, this one's different. This is orangey and this is more pinky. Okay, that's more pinky red and that's more orangey, kind of almost looking like a bronzer color. And this is very rosy. This is very rosy. The peony is very rosy and there's an undertone of a pink, kind of like, it looks, yeah. It's got the look. I mean, it's pretty true to what you're seeing here. You can see how, hold on, let me just get this part. So right here, I mean, that really matches that swatch versus this one really matches that one. Okay, really cool. See, it's more pink. What a trip. Very interesting, you guys. Very interesting product. And I've always wanted to invest in some tints, but I just wasn't gonna pay 50 some odd dollars. I am absolutely certain that e.l.f. brand has something like this, and I bet this is a dupe for that. And I'm highly impressed. Please tell me in the comments below if you have this product, if you've seen it at your Dollar Tree, and what colors you got. I got the coral and the peony, and I'm in love. These are going to travel really, really well. So there you have it. And I think that is everything. I hope you enjoyed my haul. And I'm working on regulating my schedule. And because I mentioned at the beginning, if you stay, I can explain. So, you know, every once in a while you go through a situation where a therapist will get an office and she'll invite other therapists, or he will invite other therapists to go along with them. This happened to us, and it was fine. It's all good, but it leaves us a little crippled. So, and then their clients are going, who do I go to? What do I do? If they haven't somehow recruited them to their space. And sometimes they'll leave with taking no clients, and other times they will have taken a whole slew of them. And that's just the nature of the business. So I said, I'll step in. I'm helping before I have to start, more full-time caretaking for my little teeny codger grandson. And I have to do that all through May. And then the girls got some daycare going. And thanks to God, because it's close to the house. And I can pick up if there's a problem. And it's only 3 days a week. So I will be doing 2, and little Johnny will go 3 days a week to his little daycare. They only take 5 children at a time, and they're bilingual, and we love that. So I said, I'll fill in. So that is why I've been with my schedule of posting videos. So just bear with me. They're random. We're doing it. I'm still appearing every week, so I hope that's okay with you. And that's what's going on there. And then not to mention, I still have a mama fighting the big C, and now I have another family member doing exactly the same thing. And we are all a little freaked out doing our DNA blood work, going, what's going on? But everybody's okay. And we are, a huge support system for both. And Mom is doing well. She has had a little spread, but she also has had the original cancer disappear. So Stanford is like, I'll take you on because we know how to kill this. So she's going to try to go for this. It's a trial drug, and it's a pill, which is super convenient for her, and they monitor her, and it's free. And she's like, hey, if it's going to advance medicine, she's 81. She's like, I'm good. I can either wait to die, slow, or I can either speed it up, or maybe I can kick it, and we try to look at it lighthearted at this point, because otherwise you go down rabbit holes. So that has affected the schedule too, because, we want to be there when important things are going on for both of these people in our family, and we are doing it. We are doing it. But yeah, the work thing was a big one. And of course, I love my work. So I'm like, I'll step in until I become full-time grandma for a month. So there you have it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I hope you have a beautiful week and all the good things. And who knows when I'll see you again, but I'm gonna attempt a Sunday. Just a good Sunday haul for you, okay? If not, you may see me a couple times this week on a random day. So keep looking at my channel. If you're new, please like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't heard, I have a cute little Instagram channel that I'm slowly working on, and I've now gained, did I do something dumb? Yeah, I probably did. Anyway, please go check out my Instagram channel. It's, of course, Gina B. Living Fully. I know. And there you have it. That's everything I got, folks. Love you. Have a beautiful evening, and I'll see you soon. Yeah, I know. Bye.